Hey y'all, it's your girl Elena, your design thinking and mindset coach. And I really love to talk. Like I love the opportunity to talk directly into the camera, to communicate with you all virtually, whether it's just like in the comments and things like that. And until I have like an official podcast situation, I was like, you know what? Why don't I do a prototype and like let's see if Saturday mornings, like I'll record these on a Friday and then on Saturdays share on social media because we all got like a little 5 minutes on a Saturday to kind of like recap our week. So this is Relax and Remix, which is also the name of my forthcoming journal. Your girl's been working on it for a minute, and I am so grateful for all my friends that have been patient with me. It's been, quite a year. It's been a lot of things. If you're new to me, I have my background rooted in design thinking, which is a dynamic problem solving framework. I started off my career in tech as a UX designer, and when I learned about design thinking as this framework for solving problems, and then I realized, oh, like this is a wonderful framework for living life. I just became so obsessed with it, and it was really beautiful how not only did I learn about design thinking when I started my career in tech, I also got introduced to mindfulness. Both of these things together have changed my life, and I created Infold Studios as an opportunity to leverage the design thinking framework to right now, I'm focused on helping teams and organizations with addressing their customer and internal concerns. And I'm leveraging the other side, the mindset side of my business, for helping individuals with up leveling their life with design thinking. So I'll be going into more detail over time. And of course, you can go to infoldstudios.com if at a high level you want to learn a little bit more about what is this design thinking thing she's talking about. The main thing you need to know for engaging with me is that we engage, enjoy, and we evolve. That's what we do constantly. That is the process of intentionally evolving in our life. So we engage, we learn new things, we enjoy, and then we evolve. Because when we're enjoying things, we start to pick things up, we recognize patterns, we gain some insights of like, this is how I can change some things. And then, yeah, we evolve. So, Relax and Remix is all about taking a big inhale and exhale, reflecting on things, and then choosing how we want to do things a little bit differently. So that's the recap. I know for the folks that have experienced me before, that might be all things you've heard before, but I hope the recap was quick. Um, and for this week, because I am focused on choosing grace with the newsletter, there's a link down here below if you do not currently subscribe to the newsletter. But if you did not see the last issue of the newsletter, have no fear. I am going to share with you what the key experiment was, and then I'll be sharing a bit about what my experience was with that experiment. So, the key experiment was to take a journal and whether it's your digital journal in your notes app or it's your journal that is analog, and anytime you have something come up and it's something that you don't like, it's something that is challenging, it's something that is just kind of like stuck, like a ugh kind of feeling, you write it down, and then you go onto another page after you write a dislike. You're going to go into another page and then write down two things that you do like about that thing. So this is some real like mind training. Trying to focus on, yes, being aware and acknowledging the thing that we don't like, but then also coming back and talking about the things that we liked. And Normally in my newsletter, I share what my whole experience was. And, it's just one of those weeks where I feel like talking instead of writing. And I would just want to share really briefly a little bit about my experience. It was interesting because after about 3 days of physically writing the things that I like and physically writing the things when they came up that I didn't like, I just started doing it in my mind. So something would come up that I don't like, and then I would just kind of be like, all right, but what do we like about this? What can we like about this? What is something that works? And doing this as a practice, excuse me, doing this as a practice, I realized was really helpful for helping me see both sides to everything and not focus so much just on one perspective and one side. And it gave me a space to kind of feel the things I was feeling. I'm very much in the camp of, toxic positivity is not supportive. I'm just going to be happy all of the time. It's very important to recognize the things that we're feeling and to acknowledge it. But the beauty of acknowledging also what is something more expansive in this space made it so that I didn't just focus on the things that were, I perceived as bringing me pain and I perceived as annoying. I can also see where there was opportunity, where there's hope. And it's a really simple exercise. I hope that this encourages you to, allow yourself to feel anything that you're feeling if it's not so fabulous. But then also give yourself another option, to see the other side. Really simple recap. Um, I think possibly, that's what led me here. Being in this space of acknowledging and appreciating myself, my experience, just a little bit more. And so, another thing that I'm going to be doing in a separate video is a grace meditation. I'll be sure once I have it recorded, I'll put the link below. So, with that grace meditation, I just really hope that it's a meditation that can support you no matter where you are, no matter what you're feeling, whether it's you need the grace, the situation in your life needs some grace, or you want to share some grace with someone else. All right, y'all. That's it for like the first official Relax and Remix. This is just like a really quick, video that I'll be doing once a week. Like I mentioned before, the goal is like to make sure to share it on all the socials on Saturdays to let you know that, hey, the weekend is here. Even if you got to work, let's just take a recap, just take a moment to relax and choose how we want to remix. So the way I'm going to close this out and how I'm going to close all the relax and remixes, it's a practice that's inside of the journal. Every night, it's the option, the choice to write down 3 things that you want to remix. And the way that I chose to kind of remix a very popular design thinking term, phrase called "How might we," which is like, how might we like change or think about the future in a very open minded way. The way I'm phrasing it is, how dope would it be? So you could choose to say, how dope would it be? Or you could just say, I want to remix. But I'm going to say, how dope would it be? And for me going into next week, my top 3 how dope would it be's are, how dope would it be for me to lean in to my true self, however that manifests in that moment? How dope would it be to trust whatever comes up inside of me as this is who I am, and this is like what is happening in this moment for me? Because like the anxiety, like it's not who I am, but it's just a part of my experience, and just to trust that that's a part of my experience, that's a part of my journey. And then number three, how dope would it be to embrace the moment as it is? No resisting. And I didn't write no notes, y'all. So my main key thing is keeping this at like 10 minutes. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please leave any questions or comments below or on all the socials at Infold Studios. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I hope that this was a nice little break and try the experiment. Write some things that you come up uncomfortable, two things that you appreciate, and make sure you subscribe to the newsletter so you can get a head start on what the experiment is for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so I'll see you here every week, newsletters every 2 weeks. And yeah, you got to subscribe to the newsletter to get more, okay? Subscribe here on YouTube and then subscribe to the newsletter. Have a good one. Be well and breathe deep.